Welcome back, guys. So we are about to go on another trip, and we wanted to take you along. So tonight we're getting on a train, the Nightjet train, which will take us down to Milan. It's kind of a roundabout way to get there, but we've never been on a sleeper train in Europe before, so we thought we'd try it out. So we are taking the Nightjet train, which is operated by OBB, and we'll be leaving out of Munich Central Station, going through Austria and then into Italy, eventually getting to Milan 12 hours later, which will be about 8:10 in the morning tomorrow. And we'll see what this Nightjet is all about. Somebody's upset about us leaving. She just doesn't want to leave Milo.
Yeah, he looks upset though too.
He's looking away from you. What's that all about?
Yeah.
Don't worry, though. We have someone coming in and looking after him, so he'll be fine. Catherine decided to go with the small suitcase.
I'm staying a lot longer than you.
Yeah,
so
that's true. All right. Look how small it is. We made our way to the Munich Hauptbahnhof well in advance of our departure time. About 30 minutes before departure, our Nightjet train was moved from the yard into the station. The OBB, or the Austrian Federal Railway, operates several overnight sleeper routes along with its EuroNight partners throughout Central Europe. With their services, you can travel between nearly 25 different European cities overnight, arriving early in the morning and saving yourself a hotel stay. This is the map that you're shown on the OBB website, and while you can travel to these different cities on a night train, it is a little bit misleading. It's not like you can just hop on a train in Paris and take it down to Rome overnight. In this case, you would have to take one trip from Paris to Vienna, and then another from Vienna to Rome. In fact, for many people, the routes offered will be a bit limited, and it might make more sense to take a day train or a plane depending on where you want to travel to and from. However, if you happen to live on a route that makes sense for you, then this can be a solid travel alternative to flying. Our route today would take us west out of Munich towards Salzburg, avoiding the higher parts of the Alps, before turning south towards Villach in Austria. From there, the train would be taken over by Trenitalia, going east through the northern Italian countryside, passing by Venice and Verona, before terminating in Milan. Let's go find our room. We boarded the train and found our sleeper compartment, which was cozy. So right now, Catherine's small suitcase isn't creating any issues for us. We had to cram it in there.
It's a leg rest.
I'm thinking our attendant's going to have to help us put all this stuff away and get it into sleeping position. And he'll have to wedge that suitcase out of here.
Throw it off at the next stop.
Yeah. Our train trundled out of the Munich station right on time, on our way towards Milan. So our room attendant just came by and gave us the lowdown on everything in here. It's a pretty small room, but I feel like it's going to be a pretty decent size once it's all made up. You can see right now it's in the seat down position, and then he'll come back and put our beds down, which are in the wall here. Having gotten settled in, we took a first look at some of the free items that were in our room.
Breakfast was included with our fare, so we filled out the sheets and just gave them to our room attendant. You have the option to choose 6 items. It includes a variety of like coffee, juice, hot cocoa, and then there's rolls, butter, meat, cheese, just, light breakfast type of options like that. And then he confirmed the time that we were going to eat in here, so we chose 7.
Yeah, our train gets in at 8:10, so 7 o'clock should give us enough time to eat, get ready, and get on our day.
So we each got a bottle of champagne, which was nice, and it was chilled. The attendant brought it to us right when we got on. And then we have 2 bottles of water that were sitting at the table, and then 2 little goodie bags that has a variety of things, little slippers, a towel, like a face towel basically, an eye mask, some nuts, more nuts, or like trail mix or something, earplugs, a pen to fill out the breakfast, and then another bottle of water.
Not a bad little haul for an amenity kit there.
Yeah.
And now I think it's time for this. Oh, How is it?
It's good. It came up to bite me a little bit there.
Each of the sleeper wagons contains both standard and deluxe compartments. These compartments are basically the same, but the deluxe ones have an attached bathroom. We were in a standard compartment today. In each car there are 2 bathrooms, one on either end. There's a small one and a larger one with a shower. When booking on a night train, you can get a sleeper compartment, which we were in, or you can get a couchette room. The couchettes are either 4 or 6 couchettes in one compartment. With these couchettes, you don't get any bedding, and it's really not the same as having a nice room with an actual bed. But it is quite a bit cheaper than the sleeper compartment. On these trains, there are also seating carriages with normal seating compartments that do not fold out into any kind of bed whatsoever, but stay as a seat the entire night. These, of course, are the least expensive seats on this train. Alright, so our attendants came in and made up the bed. So everything's kind of set up for how we're going to sleep tonight. And we thought we'd give you guys a little tour. So this is what it looks like, all set up. Catherine's got some clothes on there, so we got the bottom bunk. And we got the top bunk. And then there's also this little step ladder for going up to the top level. So I'm up on the step ladder right now. Catherine's not in the room. She's brushing her teeth, getting ready for bed. But it's kind of a tight fit. It's kind of cramped in here with these beds, but it should be pretty good if all we're doing in here is sleeping. So you can see up above our door, we have a good amount of storage. I have my suitcase up there and my backpack. And then we have our door down here. Catherine has her small suitcase kind of wedged down here. There really wasn't anywhere to put it. But the bed up here is actually, it's a pretty good size. So there was a little table in our room, and our attendant didn't take it down, and we thought it was in the way, so we tried to take it down, and it ended up tumbling to the floor. So not sure if it's supposed to stay there or not. Hopefully we'll put it back, and he won't be the wiser in the morning. An interesting thing about these rooms is that they actually have sinks in them. They have these little cubbies for all of your toiletries and everything, and there's a working sink in there, so you don't have to go to the bathroom for every little thing. If you just need to wash off your face a little, if you just need to brush your teeth, you don't need to go to the bathroom, which is nice. Another nice thing about this train is that there's also locks. There are 2 locks on every door, so the train's locked, and then when you're out of the room, you get a little key. That's a little punch card. Catherine has it now, and you just put it on in the door and you can open up the lock. So up above the door there are several switches. There's a switch for hot and cold. There's a switch for affecting the volume of the announcements, which you can see right here. And then there's also a switch that turns off all the lights, which you can see works like a charm. And then there's also a switch here for the night light, which is actually in the middle of the room. Underneath each bed, there's also these switches for reading lights, which is nice to have as well. And then there is also an outlet, which is nice to have, a 230 volt outlet, normal European plug, which is right underneath next to the door. And as you can see, there's also a blackout curtain, which is nice to have. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I think we're going to go to sleep now, get some shut-eye, hopefully get a good 7-8 hours of sleep, depending on how well we do on the train. And then we'll see you in the morning. Alright, well, it's 7 in the morning, and our breakfast just arrived. And so, like we said, you can choose 6 items, basically. So I got a coffee, which was 1 item, and then butter, which was another item, and then 2 rolls, salami, ham, and then Catherine also got 2 rolls with some yogurt and a hot chocolate, butter, and honey. So yeah, so this looks like it should do us fine for the morning here. So our attendant said we're currently running about 15 minutes late, so we're not too worried. We're not going to rush through this breakfast. We're going to enjoy it and just kind of sit and watch the countryside of Italy go by. Breakfast wasn't half bad, huh?
Yeah, pretty good.
It's more than I eat usually at home, so...
Okay.
So we're pulling into the final stop here in a few minutes, and we thought we'd just give you a quick overview of how we thought this went. So I think first of all it's important that you consider the location of where your cabin is, because ours is right next to the attendant's room where he prepares all the meals, does all the dishes, does everything like that. And throughout the night it was loud. We could hear clattering around in there. It wasn't as quiet as we wanted it to be, so that's something to think about. And that probably affected how well we slept too. We got some sleep. I think we slept maybe 5 or 6 hours each, so not too bad for a train ride. We didn't really know what to expect since this was the first time we'd ever been on an overnight sleeper train in Europe. So we thought that was okay. It was not a very smooth ride, especially through southern Austria. It was windy through the mountains, and overall it was pretty bumpy. But now, we're going through northern Italy, and it's really nice. It's smooth. If it was like this the whole way, we probably could have slept like babies. There were also several times where we stopped, to switch out engines, attach new cars, things like that throughout the night, which made it a little bit more difficult to sleep as well. As far as the beds go, they were good enough. They weren't hotel quality beds, right? The mattresses were a little bit firm, but the sheets were all clean. It was comfortable, and it kind of helped us to get those few hours of sleep that we did. So we paid about 190 euros for the two of us in this double non-deluxe bedroom, which we thought was pretty good because not only are we getting transportation from Munich to Milan, but we're also getting a place to stay for the night. And that's something I think you can't really overlook the value of. Just itself, getting a ticket from Munich to Milan would probably cost about the same. If we were to do a flight, it would be even more. Right now, flights are outrageously expensive to northern Italy from Munich. So overall, we thought it was a good value for money. Not only that, but we're going to be arriving in Milan at 8 a.m. or a little bit after. So we have the whole day to sightsee. We didn't spend hours wasted in an airport getting here today. Catherine's small suitcase didn't fit anywhere, so it had to sleep on the bed with me.
Yeah, you'd like that.
Overall, our first experience on the European sleeper train went quite well. The amenities were just fine, but we weren't really expecting to have the same treatment that we would at a luxury hotel. We did get a little bit of sleep, but again, we really didn't know what to expect going in. I think we even got a little bit more sleep than we were expecting, which is a plus. By far the best things about these trains are the cost and convenience. It can't get more convenient than boarding a train at 10 p.m. and waking up in your destination. Getting to a central train station is also much easier and less stressful than going to an airport. From a cost perspective, nearly 200 euros might seem a bit expensive, but when you consider that a normal train ticket during the day in second class would cost nearly 150 euros for the same route, plus the fact that this night train is also giving you one night of accommodation, the price really can't be beat. We definitely expect to be riding in one of these trains again in the near future. Thanks for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.